Heroes of the Storm is getting less love, and the Pokemon franchise makes a lot of money. No way. Let's jump into it. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 30. Wow, we hit the 30s, Brody.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, this is where we question everything. We've grown body hair in places we've never grown it before. Gross. I'm your host, Jeff James. As always, with me is the inventor, the gynecologist, Luscious Brody.
What's going on, man?
Not too much, dude. Weird invention you made. Helps a lot of people out.
I've been a very busy fella, if you haven't noticed.
No, absolutely. You can also keep busy by following us on Instagram at Diggity Podcast. You can also follow us on Twitter at Diggity Podcast, and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen, man. Just subscribe. And speaking of subscriptions, guess what? We've got one to sell you, bitches. This podcast is brought to you by Audible. You can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial by heading on over to audibletrial.com/diggity. You can get access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or your MP3 player. We cannot recommend enough downloading Walter the Farting Dog Farts again. So head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity to get access to over 180,000 titles and a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial. Completely free. Check it out. As always, thank you so much to the Amazon team and the Audible team within Amazon for sponsoring this podcast. And with it being the Tuesday show, I do have some obligations I have to go through. So I'll just run through the quick list of upcoming games that are coming out this week. So starting on December 18th, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, The Pillar DLC, comes out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Sheltered comes to Nintendo Switch. The Spy Who Shrunk Me came to PC. That's legal hell right there. December 19th, Raised comes to the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And December 21st, Clouds and Sheep 2 comes to Nintendo Switch. And Spider-Man PS4 gets its DLC titled Silver Lining. So pretty quick on the DLC there. Other obligations, games leaving Xbox Game Pass, because that happens every single month. So Xbox One games leaving Game Pass is Deadlight Director's Cut. Oh shit, Farming Simulator 15. Damn, that's gone. We gotta get your farm on here in the next couple of days, folks. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is also leaving. NBA Playgrounds and WRC 5 is also leaving Xbox One Game Pass. Xbox 360 titles leaving Xbox Game Pass are Bayonetta and Injustice Gods Among Us. So hit those up if you haven't already. They are leaving this month. And with that, my obligations are fulfilled, and we can get into the pressing question that everyone wants to know. Brody, what'd you play this weekend?
I played...
Well, first of all, how the fuck are you?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good.
I feel like it just ran through that shit.
Yeah, that was rapid fire for sure.
It was awesome.
It was fantastic. You nailed it. I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? Even though I just saw you like an hour ago.
That's right. You got me a Canada candle, or
I did.
Canadle, whatever you call it. I don't know. I try to play on words. It doesn't work.
It smells like maple.
It does.
It's fantastic.
A stack of pancakes. It's fantastic. It's good. Can't believe how quick we are here to Christmas.
Yeah, it's
Holy
sneaking
shit.
Right up. It's
what in
unreal.
the hell?
What, 8 days? 7 days, I guess? 7 days. Holy shit.
Well, today, yeah, with recording, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn. Or no, yeah, no.
Yeah,
no,
7.
Yep, 7 days. It's
Yep.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yep, no, it's definitely Tuesday.
It's
we definitely recorded
Tuesday.
this on Tuesday. Yep.
Right. We woke up at the butt crack of dawn and recorded this for you.
Yeah, we absolutely did. Speaking of Christmas stuff, just a heads up, I'll repeat it on the show for the Thursday show, but this week is our last scheduled week, and the next week we're taking the week off for Christmas because we have families and stuff. It's kind of important to spend it with Christmas. That and there's no fucking news. To be that honest with you, there's no news. There's nothing. Yeah, everyone just go home, celebrate Christmas with your families, and then come back.
Right.
And listen to us. But yeah, we'll be taking the week off. So next week there'll be no Monday or Thursday show. It'll be a week off without Diggity. So the world will collapse. It's okay. We'll come back and save it. It's no problem.
Absolutely.
But anyways, yeah, what'd you play this weekend?
I played quite a bit of Battlefield. I was playing with our buddy Craig, and Jeff, you were out of town, so you didn't get to play with us, but that's fine.
Yeah, I was trying to survive in Chicago.
Right, yeah, good luck. And then I played some Smash. I always keep my Switch next to me, so I'll play Smash in between.
You just made it sound like it's like a jackknife. Always keep my trusty Switch next to my side.
Yeah, I mean, you never know when you'll need your trusty Switch. But no, I always keep the Switch next to me while I'm playing Xbox and just kind of switch back and forth. And so, yeah, that's kind of... I think that's going to be the staple for a little while. Some Battlefield, some Rocket League, and some Smash. So,
yeah,
what'd you get into this weekend?
I am pretty similar there.
Yeah.
Played a little bit of Snipper Clips this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah, played a little bit of Snipper Clips. Played a little bit of Battlefield with you and Gregory online.
Yeah.
Shooting Nazis and stuff. It's crazy. And played a little bit of Smash. Obviously not a lot, as you were just over here, and I had like freaking 15 or 20 characters unlocked. But your son's unlocked like 7 of them, so I'm happy about that. So, they're hard, man. Computers are hard.
Man.
Difficult game. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. This weekend coming up, I'm headed back up to Canada, so I'll probably get some Switch time in for sure. Aiming on beating Snipper Clips, and I'm aiming to honestly unlock all the shit in Smash. So
Yeah,
get a lot of time in between driving and just chilling up there.
I'm hoping maybe in the next 2 days I finally have all the characters unlocked. I know I could have like hurried through it all and gotten them unlocked a lot quicker, but I'm just taking my time with it. I'm not in any hurry. It's not like this game's going anywhere.
This game's wonderful.
And it's so good. I missed Smash so much.
However, we discussed our it's not, we're not upset by it.
No.
But the story mode was a little...
It was a little lackluster. There's just not a lot going on in it. I mean, you're going up between battles and different battles, and they just kind of have like different challenges in them, I guess. But they're just like bizarre and it's the floor is poison and like I don't know.
Who could help you here? It's like, oh, jeez. So yeah, you did exactly what I thought I was kind of like one of the only people that was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really enjoying this story mode so much. And then not that I don't. The thing is unlocking stuff. Classic is way not just easier. It just makes more sense to me.
Yeah,
like
it
the
takes
story
about,
stuff is just
10
kind
minutes.
of yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gaining anything from the story stuff. It's kind of like, okay. I mean, you're getting spirits and some stickers.
Unless you're I was gonna say unless you're hardcore into the spirits. I mean, yeah, then you're getting some stuff out of it. And I will play through the story, but for the time being, I'm just kind of playing, having fun. I don't feel any obligation to do any certain thing. I just turn it on, play a match, and try to unlock characters. So.
No.
But yeah, man.
What is that? You have a little bit of a PSA for everybody on this program.
Yeah. So it turns out that DICE, which is the developer of Battlefield, and more importantly Battlefield 5 right now, they're actually listening to the community, which is fantastic because they've kind of had a little bit of a rocky start here, and by rocky start I mean the last month. But basically, when the game came out, the time to kill, which is exactly what it sounds like, it's how long it takes to kill one person, right? It was very low, and so people died so much faster, and people were, I guess, a lot of your newer people were kind of not liking how quick it was, and it just feels so different. And but basically they changed it and made it to where you would die actually a lot. It took longer to die and raised the time to kill, and basically all of your veterans of the Battlefield series absolutely despised it. They hated it. So Battlefield or DICE put out a new mode called the Core Conquest, and Core Conquest was regular Conquest, but it was with the other time to kill. This other time to kill, or sorry, the shorter time to kill. But this kind of went against what they had said up until now. They were they didn't want to split their player base, so by creating this other conquest mode, now you are splitting your player base, and it seemed counterintuitive, and it seemed kind of like a band-aid for what was going on.
I'm confused. So they had a playlist that was just for veterans, but they didn't have one for like new players, or how did this?
No, they created the Core Conquest to try to please the veterans, the Battlefield veterans.
Okay.
So the Core Conquest was more traditional and more like what the game was when it started, and they still kept the changes that they had made to the time to kill in the regular Conquest playlist. So by creating this other playlist, now you're splitting your veterans and your new players apart. Which was completely counterintuitive, and why they said they got rid of the whole, premium and the paid DLCs and yada yada. So now they are actually reverting the time to kill back to what it was when it launched. So it's going to feel more like that, and hopefully we keep getting some bugs worked out. I know for as much as I'm enjoying this game, there are some frustrating things, such as the assignments not tracking properly, and the Tides of War that they've been putting out is just kind of that kind of ties into the assignments not tracking properly. It's just kind of all over the place, and you'll complete an assignment or like part of an assignment, and then it'll say that you didn't and things like that. So
yeah. Well, and also we were playing, and you're like, we're running out from the command point, and then just boom, dead. Like there was a game where you and me were like just dying like every 10 seconds, and it wasn't because we were shit. I mean, we are shit at Battlefield in some essence, but like Jesus, like we're getting killed like every like 8 seconds. You just spawn dead, spawn dead, spawn dead, and there's none of that like nice redeeming like I got away from that shit. I ran away from the gunfire.
Well, and I think that was kind of what they were trying to do by raising the time to kill, but it turns out that that's not really what the Battlefield community wants, so they're actually going to drop it back down, and we're going to be back to where we were at launch, which is okay by me, because I felt like at launch I played fairly well with the low time to kill, because, I mean, usually I shoot first, but my accuracy is just shit. But no, it's just kind of a quick PSA to kind of let people know that they are going to be reverting that back. I'm sure there will be an advertisement for the patch notes or whatever once you load up Battlefield 5. I also think you, me, and Craig are about the only 3 people that play this game still, other than the people in our lobby. But a lot of people have been shitting on this game, and which is... I mean, to each their own, but we've been having a blast with it.
Oh, yeah.
We also don't take it that seriously, though.
No, we don't. So we're definitely not the hardcore Battlefield fan. Speaking of another game that's kind of, well, it's not getting updates, actually. Things aren't looking so good for Heroes of the Storm. So Blizzard is pulling some developers from the Heroes of the Storm team and moving them to other teams. Teams like, Overwatch, Diablo team, stuff like that. So Blizzard stated that they now have more live games and unannounced projects than at any other point in the company's history. And Blizzard says that Heroes of the Storm is not going anywhere quite yet. They said that despite the change, Heroes of the Storm remains our love letter to Blizzard's worlds and characters. We'll continue actively supporting the game with new heroes, themed events, and other content that our community loves. Though the cadence will change, ultimately we're setting up the game for long-term sustainability. Heroes Global Championship and Heroes of the Dorm will not return in 2019. So kind of interesting on that, because from what I understand, like Heroes of the Storm is a pretty beloved game. Like, I don't know if they're just taking time off because they're making new IP possibly, and they want to put it in the game, and they're just kind of like, hey, let's just hold off and want to do a massive update to Heroes of the Storm. Hopefully this doesn't turn into, I don't care, but the world's gonna care. Hopefully this doesn't turn into something where it's like, hey, everybody's on a mobile team.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. But it is kind of weird because, like you said, Heroes of the Storm seems pretty beloved, and for them to pull off of it is kind of interesting. Hopefully it's just a temporary move. Hopefully they go back to it because, I mean, I don't personally play it because I'm not a MOBA guy. I don't play MOBAs. But from everything I've seen for it, I mean, it seems like it's a damn good MOBA, and
I'm a
a
MOBA
lot
guy,
of people like it.
and that's a good MOBA. That is a really good MOBA.
Thanks, MOBA guy.
Thanks, man.
But no, I think that this is an interesting move, and it kind of sucks to see them, especially getting rid of some of the events and some of the esports aspects of it, like the Heroes Global Championship and the Heroes of the Dorm. I don't know. I just, it's kind of one of those things I don't want to see some of these games getting put by the wayside just for mobile support or whatever. And I understand there's money in mobile games, but I'm cool with mobile games as long as you're not taking away from your standard games as well. I think that's when you kind of start to run into a problem. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do, but hopefully it's not something that is the final nail in the coffin for Heroes of the Storm. So.
Oh, I don't think so at all. I think it's just they wanted to move people to another team. I think the game's pretty solid, pretty decent. It's gonna be interesting though. Like, this is a very interesting strategy, I guess, because now you just told basically everybody in 2019 that nothing is coming to this game.
Yeah.
Not a single update is coming to this game.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. That'll be hard to keep some people who aren't playing, and aren't as hardcore.
Never mind. I fucked up.
Yeah, they said no. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They're gonna do updates and heroes and stuff like that and themed events. But
I'm sure with less people on the team though, it's probably going to be a little bit more sparse.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hopefully by them coming out and saying this is more of a like, hey, it might be a little bit longer in between, but they're still coming, just kind of hang on type of deal. But
yeah, and I'm super excited they're saying that they have more unannounced projects than any other point in the company's history. That's pretty awesome. That's really cool. So I'm excited to see what that turns into. And excited to see what kind of game comes out. Because I remember like when Overwatch was announced, everyone's like, what the fuck is this? And then they're like, well, what is this going to be like? And then, it turned out to be a phenomenal game. So I would not be upset at all if Blizzard
absolutely
came out and made just a fantastic new game that just,
Yeah, if they make something to the caliber of Overwatch, I'll be excited. And like I said, I'm not a MOBA guy, so it's kind of going to have to... I think Overwatch is kind of on that. It almost bridges that gap because it's kind of a MOBA, but it's also a first-person shooter, and I think it does pretty well at being an accessible MOBA of sorts. And it's not always a MOBA either. I mean, there's other specific game modes and things like that. But yeah, if they make something to the caliber of Overwatch, I'd be pumped. And we don't really play Overwatch much anymore, but I mean, we have played quite a bit.
Oh my god, we played so much. It's insane.
I haven't played as much as you, but I have played quite a bit.
Oh man. Well, beyond that, what's the next piece of news, my dude?
So Pokemon Go developer Niantic is now worth almost $4 billion, which is crazy.
It's insane.
Because I don't know if you know a whole lot about Niantic, but they were actually basically funded by Google for their start, and then they created like a really small kind of unknown game, and then they came out with Ingress, which Ingress kind of blew up to an extent, but not to the extent of Pokemon Go, obviously.
It's still actually out there, too.
Yeah, and yeah, they still do updates to it, and people still play it, but basically after that, they went into Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was like their third or fourth game, I think. And obviously Pokemon Go, that's a gold mine in itself just by having Pokemon on any game you put out. I mean, you're going to make money. But yeah, they're absolutely fucking killing it. So it says the latest investment comes from a company called IVP, or the Institutional Venture Partners, and basically they are, yeah, very corporate-y. But basically they invested $200 million into, or the estimated amount was $200 million. And right now Niantic is not only working on Pokemon Go and Ingress, they are also working on Harry Potter Wizard units, which I would assume is going to do extremely well, considering how popular Harry Potter at least was. I don't really know how popular it still is. I know it's still relevant because they have the what is that? The Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I never got into Harry Potter personally, but I know a lot of people really, really love it. So maybe for the people that didn't get into Pokemon Go, Harry Potter is going to be that step in the right direction for them and get them involved. But
I just want to point out too that IVP is like one of the top like investment firms. Like, listen to some of the stuff they've invested in. So Zynga, ZipRecruiter, Zendesk, Wikia, Voxer, Twitter, Uber,
God.
TuneIn, which we're on that.
Yes, we are.
TiVo, Supercell. So they're in gaming. SoundCloud, Snapchat, Slack, SoFi, Shazam. Holy shit. Seagate.
Holy hell.
Retail Me Not. I'm just reading the ones, dude, that I know too. Polycom, Personal Capital, Pindrop, Podium. Holy shit. MySQL, NerdWallet, Netflix, MindBody, Masterclass, Mobile 365, Marketo, Lime, the scooters, which are dope, LifeLock, LegalZoom, Clout, Kayak, Indiegogo. Oh my God. Hims, Hipmunk, HomeAway, Grammarly, GitHub, Giphy, Jesus Christ, Dropbox, Dropcam, Discord, Datadog. Holy shit. Casper, the fucking mattress company, Coinbase. Oh my God.
Talk about diversity there, man.
Alien
a little bit
Vault,
of everything.
App Dynamics. Holy shit, their portfolio is rocking. But anyways, yeah, no need to worry here. This is they've done gaming, specifically mobile gaming, for a long time. So like they were in Twitter and all that stuff early rounds of initial IPOs. So that's so cool. I mean, it's great. I think Harry Potter game's gonna do great. I'm not really interested into it. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I think it's cool. I watched the movies. I've seen all the movies. I've actually read most of the books. I just don't connect with like sorcery and wizardry and stuff. Not my thing.
I also do not. I really don't care much about Harry Potter series or anything like that. I know that when we were growing up, that was a huge thing. I mean, it blew up. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, it doesn't do anything. But yeah, Niantic's fucking killing it. Good for them.
Yeah. Crazy, dude. Crazy stuff. So a crazy piece of news is China established an online gaming ethics review committee, and 20 games were tested within that committee, and 11 games were instructed to make changes and remove ethically questionable content, and 9 games are to be either pulled from the market or prohibited from sale. So for those who don't know, when games are sold in China, a lot of games that we play in America, the North American markets, even South American and European markets, there's edits that are made to them. Like World of Warcraft, there's no bones or blood or anything like that. You can't show bones or blood or any sort of human remains. So they turn like sparkles or something like that, from what I understand. There's a lot of these weird things. So here's the list of games. So if you're in China, you can't play these. Shit out of luck. Arena of Valor, which is made by Tencent Games. League of Legends, which is crazy, but obviously they'll make these edits. Most of these people make edits to games because the Chinese market everyone needs to tap into that right now. Blade and Soul, Chulu Zhang, Overwatch, Diablo, World of Warcraft, Westward Journey, Code Eva, The Legend of Mir 3, Swords of Legends Online, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Fortnite, H1Z1, Alliance of Valiant Arms, Ring of Elysium, Paladins by Hi-Rez, and Free Fire Battlegrounds, Knives Out, and Quantum Matrix. So the corrective faction ones were like pretty much Blizzard and Riot and some of those top. But what were you going to say, sorry?
I was just going to go into which ones were the corrective action, but yeah, sounds like you got it covered. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so all the Blizzard stuff, and Arena of Valor, League of Legends, Blade and Soul, and Chulu Zhang are in corrective action, as well as Code Eva, The Legend of Mir 3, Swords of Legends Online, and PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Kind of crazy some of the reasons. Like Overwatch, the committee says that game visuals promote incorrect values and inharmonious chat room, meaning like shit-talking trolls.
Pretty much, yeah.
The nicest way of saying shit-talking trolls. Diablo, same thing, inharmonious chat. Game missions include fraud. World of Warcraft is overly revealing female characters in harmonious chat rooms. League of Legends was kind of interesting to me, where it says overly revealing female characters, rewards given based on rank, and inharmonious chat room, which rewards given based on rank. I don't really understand that. If you're better, like, you should get a better fucking reward.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of weird, China. Jeez. Swords of Legends Online, same thing, shit-talking trolls. PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Blood and Gore. Fortnite, Blood and Gore, and vulgar content.
That one was weird to me because I don't remember any blood or gore in Fortnite.
It's weird too. Is Epic Games is owned by big Chinese company.
It's Tencent, isn't it?
Is it all Tencent? I thought there's a lot of Korean money that came in to actually buy Epic Games. And then Tencent owns some of Epic Games. But Tencent's Korean.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it?
I know.
Right? Do a quick inharmonious chat room search here.
I know Tencent has...
No, Chinese.
Yeah, I was thinking they were Chinese, and I knew they had at least some involvement with Fortnite. I do believe that they're actually involved with PUBG as well, though, because I think they were involved with the mobile port, if I remember correctly.
Yes, they were.
Okay.
And they own a large portion of Riot Games as well.
Yeah, Tencent's kind of got their
Which
hands
is weird,
in everything.
Because you would think like China doesn't really like to go after Chinese companies. You would think it would be like more American companies, I guess. But I guess Blizzard's in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting. I mean, it's not. I can't even understand like how. Fortnite's vulgar, has vulgar content. But
maybe some of the dances, maybe?
I get the overly revealing female characters, but...
Yeah, and that's not even for Fortnite, though.
No,
they just cite blood and gore and vulgar content. But yeah, I just wanted to reiterate here that the games that are prohibited, I want to read through that list real quick.
Yeah.
We have PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Fortnite, H1Z1, Alliance of Valiant Arms, Ring of Elysium, or Elysium, sorry. Paladins, Free Fire Battlegrounds, Knives Out, Quantum Matrix. I just kind of thought it was interesting that a lot of those are actually your battle royales, which is, it could just be a random correlation there, but and the fact that those are the prohibited and withdrawn ones. They're not even, hey, make some changes. And for Fortnite being one of the biggest games out or actually the biggest game out right now, and then for the Chinese market to say that it needs to be withdrawn, which the Chinese market is absolutely huge and such a giant part of your player base. That is kind of a kick in the nuts for Epic, honestly, and it's kind of interesting to see that happen.
Well, they did a lift too on video games like back in 2015. They were banned.
Yeah,
for the
they were
longest
extremely
time.
Yeah, they had like underground game rooms, like these gaming like lounges and stuff that were all like underground and secretive, and because it was you couldn't play games, it was unreal.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah, that's so interesting. I think I don't know, and
I-
then
I-
like
I've looked up-
paladins.
I've looked up some weird stuff on this.
Mm-hmm.
And like just generally just strange censorships in video games. So listen to this, ready? So this is from something called thegamer.com. It says, when it came to the North American release of Earthbound, commonly known as Mother 2 in Japan, Nintendo of America did a little Americanization of its own. There's a moment in Earthbound where you hear about a great new invention called the gourmet yogurt machine. However, the Japanese version is referred to as a gourmet tofu machine. All mentions of tofu, specifically strawberry tofu, were changed to trout yogurt.
That's some petty shit right
Presumably
there.
because American kids would recognize yogurt more than tofu.
Fair enough.
Oh my gosh.
I guess.
Craziness.
Yeah, this was such an interesting one when I stumbled across it, and like instantly as I saw it, I sent it over to you, because it was so strange to see things crack down so hard, or crack down on so hard, because I mean, here in America, like, yeah, whatever. We'll pretty much do anything. I mean, you can play GTA where you can pick up a hooker and then kill her and take the money back and then go find another one. Like, anything goes, in a lot of countries for gaming. And then for China to be so strict to where...
Well, Germany's terrible for it. It used to be awful,
Germany,
the censorship.
Right.
Like, for this article, it says, in the German version of Half-Life, you were unable to kill any human being in the game. There's no blood, gore, or death. When you shoot or blunt an enemy to death, they'll merely sit down on the ground and shake their head in disappointment. This significantly changes the role of the protagonist, Gordon Freeman, from badass scientist to an elementary school teacher that tells his enemies to sit down on the ground and think about what they've done.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a stark contrast too, because like I said, you got the U.S. and a ton of other countries, and then you got you got countries like Germany, and you got countries like China, and that are just so strict, and they crack it down on some things, like, the main thing cited in Diablo, and mind you, Diablo has been, for it to be in China anyway, it has been extremely cracked down already. They took out all the blood. They took out a ton of different things, and it still got hit for the inharmonious chat and game missions, including fraud. Like, they've already censored that game, and it still got hit again. It's just crazy. I mean, a lot of that stuff seems so stupid too. Like, anything like the inharmonious chat room, like, that's any game that has an online chat room. Every single one of those is just something that has an online chat room. And it's basically saying you got to get rid of it because trolls are going to be trolls, and that's just the way it is.
Dude, check this out. So apparently the Japanese version of Ice Climbers featured seals as a common enemy.
I heard about this, but they had to get rid of it in America because it was such a sensitive issue at the time because of the seal clubbing and all that.
Yes, it says considering the negative reception seal clubbing usually gets from the world, it's not hard to understand why Nintendo of America would want Nana and Popo, which is the Ice Climbers, to club something else instead. For the North American version of Ice Climbers, the seals are replaced by Yetis.
Yeah, I mean, that's a sensible choice.
The Yeti doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
So, pretty interesting.
It is interesting.
Pokemon Go in Saudi Arabia. In 2001, Saudi Arabia authorities issued I'm going to fucking botch this, fatwa against Pokemon, prohibiting its citizens from playing the games and cards. What made Pokemon un-Islamic? The accusations are promoting gambling, sporting deviant religious symbols, and the biggest known of them all being based on Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. You do evolve your Pokemon after all. In 2016, it appeared Saudi Arabia renewed its fatwa on Pokemon based on the mobile release of Pokemon Go. However, that claim was denied by the Saudi government. Interesting. So
That
I
is
guess
interesting.
even if that thought were true, it likely wouldn't have stopped Saudi Arabians from joining in on the monster hunting fun, as there are people legally downloading the game before release.
Yeah. Huh.
That's crazy. What the hell? Yoshi the Dolphin Killer? Oh my
What?
god, dude. Okay, so I don't. The 1990 release of Super Mario World somehow found a way. The North American version of the game, Mario and his dinosaur buddy Yoshi are able to hop from one flying dolphin to the next in the level of Vanilla Secret number 3. However, in the original Japanese version, Yoshi is capable of devouring those goggle-wearing dolphins, just like any common enemy you encounter in the game. Trying to do so in the US version will merely result in Yoshi being unable to swallow his aquatic prey. So, again, more seal, more aquatic crazy shit from Japan.
Yeah. I find it interesting that anything that had blood and gore was automatically prohibited or withdrawn. Like they didn't even give them the chance to, remove the blood and gore, which would be fairly simple. I mean, to an extent, but I find that interesting. That's automatically a red flag and good enough to take the game down, but
yeah, okay, so apparently Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker continued the series tradition of stealth action, analyzation of war and politics, and having a wacky sense of humor. Instead of being electrocuted, Snake is now tickled to death.
What a way to
go. In
go.
the Japanese version. It's a strange alternative, but considering how weird and some of the Metal Gear Solid games can get, it's not entirely out of character for the series.
That is true.
Wow. Oh boy, it does give off an impression of a fetish video inspired by DeviantArt.
Oh boy.
Jesus. Wow. Video games around the world, man. Weird times.
Yeah, it for me, I guess I get so caught up in, just not even thinking
we just
about
don't give
that.
A shit. Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, you just don't care, and it's kind of one of those things that when that article comes up, it's such a culture shock just because you're just not used to it, and to hear that everything's so censored around the world, I guess I don't know if you really take it for granted per se. I don't know how I want to word that, but for us, it's just something we don't think about, and it's interesting, if nothing else.
Yeah, so I guess Germany bans any Nazi stuff in games. Makes sense.
They actually just got rid of that.
Really?
Yeah, I think we may have covered it. It was really, really early on in the podcast, but basically, as long as it is in a historical context, they allow it now. But you have to be able to prove that it's historical and pretty much 100% true. And they'll allow it.
I guess the German version of Team Fortress 2, all the humans are replaced with robots because Germany is strict about violence in gaming. Germany is not okay with humans exploding into bloody body parts, but it's totally fine with robots being the very same fate. So in Team Fortress 2, all of them are, they're all robots.
At least that's not a drastic change. I mean, for
any person that dies is a robot. So
yeah,
every fucking game is space themed.
Space themed or futuristic.
Oh, dude, this is terrible. So there's like Command and Conquer Generals. So there's like the U.S. version, which is like a normal like commander or whatever, general,
military,
and then the other one looks like fucking RoboCop. Like they just drew lines on them and they put like a weird headpiece on them, like a chip on the side of their head or whatever, and then any blood turns to like oil.
Huh. Look, he's not a person, he's a robot.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
So it looks more like somebody that went trick-or-treating as a robot?
Yeah, like it just looks like someone stuck a fucking like button on the side of somebody's head.
Robot.
And so like any game that like Grand Theft Auto 3 and stuff, all the violence is toned down, so like there's no blood. Like you don't see blood on the street. It doesn't stick around. Like it doesn't happen. Like or like stuff is, like I guess zoomed in. So like a God of War scene where he's like stomping on a skull. It's just zoomed in more on Kratos, and you don't really see the skull get smashed in or anything like that.
You see him stomping.
Yeah, you just see him stomping, and the covers of stuff are, more safer. Like Left 4 Dead box here, like there's half the hand's gone and deteriorating. The hand is whole on the German version. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That's a little... Oh, wow. There's a game called Rapeplay that got banned. I wonder why. Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
Yeah. Jesus.
I can't believe that got passed anywhere, but all right.
Yeah. The Pokemon trading card game was banned even in Saudi Arabia.
Was it gambling based?
Yeah.
Because that uses kind of like a gotcha system, doesn't it? I mean...
Yeah.
For the card game, but
EA Sports MMA was banned from Denmark. Huh. Damn. Weird.
That's
sometimes
an interesting
sometimes you
one.
forget that it's different out there in the world.
Yeah.
Very different. Very, very, very different. Like in Canada, I mean, when you get your manual and everything, there has to be a French manual inside of the box. With everything in French.
Nah.
Which is crazy.
That's what's so hard about like the localization and things like that. I mean that's where a lot of people like oh shit, what company was it that we were talking about not too long ago that was gonna hire another like Chinese? It was NetEase that they were gonna hire to do all of their Chinese localization and things like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what fucking company that was, but yeah, there's companies that specialize in just that to make games that are made, with kind of the U.S. and Europe in mind, other than Germany apparently, but that kind of keep like that bridge that gap and are able to get games into China and make it a little easier, but. Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's every single country kind of has their own rules and shit. I think even some of the states here in the U.S. have their own rules too, don't they?
I have no idea.
A few of them.
I thought they all just follow like ESRB and that was it.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking of I don't know.
Maybe like purchasing stuff. Let me look up. Let me see.
Yeah, I was thinking there might be something on purchasing, but I could be wrong.
Look it up. Let me see here. Let me see here. Do it live. We'll do it like Rooster Teeth podcast style. We're just
you guys just hold on for a second. Jeff's gonna look this up.
No.
Nope. It's all federal.
It looks like California wanted to ban sales of violent video games.
Maybe that's
back
what I'm thinking
in
of.
2011, but the Supreme Court ruled that they can't do that.
Why is California got to be so difficult?
I don't know, man.
It's not difficult though.
Going to audibletrial.com/diggity. Yeah, you got me. Going over to audibletrial.com/diggity to get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial. This episode was indeed brought to you by Audible, so please guys help us out. It helps podcast out, and it lets us. I don't know what it does. I mean, it's if we need something, it helps us buy it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, it's great. Supports the show. So head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity to get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial and access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or your MP3 player. Follow us on Instagram at Diggity Podcast. You can follow us on Xbox. My gamer tag is Maple Jeff. Brody, yours is?
Luscious Brody.
Woo! Leave us a review. It helps us out a ton. Leave us a review on iTunes. Give us some stars or a shout out on Spotify or TuneIn or Radio Public, wherever you want. It does two things. One, spreads the good word of Diggity. Two, your comments. Guess what? We fucking read them. What? No way. Yeah, that's right. We read them, and it helps us make the show better each week. So please write reviews, give us some reviews, give us some love. Yeah. Hopes to set a ton. And until next time, guys, we'll see you for the Thursday show. See you.